Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy night to join me. I do really appreciate that. Did y'all know that there is a chicken Big Mac? If you didn't know, now you do. Now, I had this whole about like 45-second treatment to that whole idea, and I guess I'll just have to redo it and hope that some other just the chicken Big Mac is available at McDonald's. If you didn't know, now you know. And it's actually a Big Mac with chicken in it. I've never tried it. I have no interest in trying it. I am a Big Mac guy, absolutely pro Big Mac, and just couldn't see myself eating a chicken Big Mac. But I bring up chicken Big Mac because it is like, I mean, I'd argue like a viral jam. I mean, how many of you know what I'm talking about? And if you don't, how many of you will know what I'm talking about? Who knows? Maybe two or three? Anyways, what I'm talking about, right, is a true thing. There's really a commercial right now. It's pretty popular. Anyways, it's pretty popular. And it's a song made about the chicken Big Mac. It's chicken, secret sauce, sesame seed bun. It's something like that. I can tell you that the build for the chicken Big Mac is exactly the same as a Big Mac, only instead of beef, you get chicken. Anyways, there's just look it up. I'll just Google it. It's this really cool commercial that might make you smile or might get stuck in your head for the next 15 years. Who knows? There's songs that have been stuck in my head for decades. Foley's Red Apple Sale. I mean, I don't even know if Foley's exists anymore, but man, their campaigning sure did work. Every year around Thanksgiving, it would be Foley's Red Apple Sale. Look what's going on at Foley's. I guess that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about different commercials that I've seen recently that have inspired me in so many little ways that I do really appreciate the gesture. I mean, at heart, not many people reach out to me in this kind of a way. So, thank you to all of these new commercials that are making my life a treat. Okay, there's also this commercial that's trending right now about a girl or a woman or a hair product sold to living things with hair on their head. And so there's a hair product. This particular hair product and the ad is being targeted, or the the target audience is people that want to do stuff with their hair, specifically get bangs. And so the part of the commercial, it's Sabrina Carpenter, who, by the way, is a very good-looking woman. Sabrina Carpenter has this new commercial, and she's selling a hair product that is supposed to make people deserve a better bang. That's what she says. Algorithm on YouTube. People deserve a better bang. That's not anything weird. Don't get weird like humans do. All that means is that, like, bangs on your hair or on your forehead, bangs hang over the forehead and they are a structure of the hair. That's typically done with intent. And in America, they're called bangs. So, everyone deserves a good bang. Yeah, I agree with Sabrina Carpenter. Everyone deserves a good bang. At some point in all of our lives, I dare say, we've all had a good bang, right? I mean, you just have gone a little while without a haircut, maybe. Goodness, where does your mind go, people? Please don't let it go to that dark, dirty place, because everyone deserves a bang. Anyways, and again, we're talking about hair. Seriously? Serious. Now, let's talk about the other two commercials that are really, really making me excited right now. And for some reason, it seems to be the little that takes me to get excited. I'm about like a 9-year-old child. I get excited to drink a Coca-Cola. It is too much sometimes. But anyways, nada yada. So who doesn't like this commercial? This is going to be one that sticks around for a long time to come. And it's the nada yada. So I like the way that goes. Nada yada is a saying that's being used by some mobile company because they don't, I don't know, nada yada. Nothing, like, no Yada yada. Do you guys know what yada yada is? If not, if you're under the age of 30, I do understand why you do not know that. If you're under the age of 40, I can understand why you don't know that. I mean, I recently, it's been about 10 years or so that I've really gotten into Seinfeld and stuff like that. But that's where that comes from, yada yada. So there's an episode where they're conversing and George is dating this woman, and this woman finishes conversations with George by saying yada yada. So, like, George would be like, "What did you do last night?" And she'd be like, "Well, I got back home from work, had a couple of drinks with some friends, yada, 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 here I am." It's interesting because yada, yada just is like a filler, but then also you gotta ask for some clarification, right? Because if you don't, you gotta settle for the answer given, which is yada yada. And nada yada is really cool because it's obviously anti yada. So, I mean, are you anti yada? Or are you cool with the omission of certain things that happen in your life by yada-ing them out? I don't know. You answer my question. I'd like to know. Anyways, let's continue talking about our commercial discussion. Continue talking about our commercial. No, that doesn't make sense. Let's continue to have our commercial discussion. And this commercial discussion, it's a discussion about commercials. And so the last one that I have for y'all is the yaba daba do, because I hope that you've made it this far in the video and at some point you search in the search bar there for yaba daba do. There's this really cool song that is about Fruity Pebbles, and it's called Yabba Dabba Doo. So, I mean, I can't make this stuff up. I probably could, but I didn't make this up. And I was also really interested that I'm like a super, I'm a curious guy, right? By nature. I don't know. I ask a lot of questions. So I'm thinking to myself, richest, the wealthiest anthropomorphic, no, the wealthiest cartoon characters, okay? Just let's think about this for a second. So, if we could, and we can gauge their wealth based on performance, so how long these cartoon characters have been around, you think to yourself, Looney Tunes. Absolutely, Bugs Bunny is the Elon Musk of the cartoon world. This is why Bugs Bunny is the coolest cartoon character, unlike the Elon Musk of the world. Anyways, so Bugs Bunny in a perfect world, which is a cartoon world, is the wealthiest character of all time. And I'm okay with that. If Bugs Bunny had to single-handedly run the cartoon world, I'd feel comfortable in that decision. More comfortable with Bugs Bunny running the cartoon world than I am with Kamala Harris or Donald Trump becoming president of the United States of America in 2024. And that is not sarcasm. That is absolute truth. Similar to 2 plus 2 equals 4. That's how strongly I feel about that. But let's just think about it for a second. So Bugs Bunny is straight up the wealthiest cartoon character ever, right? And this is why he's able to do whatever he wants to do. He can pop in on a major Hollywood mass-released movie 100 years after he's not done any work. This is Bugs Bunny. And all the while, he's making money, right? So Bugs Bunny has been making money for like 100 years now. So then I think to myself, who else has made money like that? Who else has some serious old school cartoon money? And then I thought to myself, well, Barney Rubble and Fred Flintstone must also be right up there. And they might actually be closer to Bugs than I thought, because it's because of the Flintstones that Fruity Pebbles exists, right? Or not. This is something I've not wikied, I've not Googled, but I can dare say that Yabba Dabba Doo, as it's selling cereal now, is also simultaneously still pushing Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble into the wealthiest of the cartoon characters of all time. These guys still grace our screens as well as feed us. I've eaten Fruity Pebbles for 35 years. I'm 36 years old. We can all safely assume that I started to eat cereal at the age of 1. I don't know. Again, I'm a curious guy. I was that little boy. I did enjoy trying to eat things off of the floor. Where that's led me in my adult man single life is I'm left with this terrible habit of eating things I find on the floor that are still in the package. Okay? So let's not get weird about this, but if I see a Snickers bar out in the road and it's not been opened, but it's like stepped on or something, am I a bad guy for still eating that Snickers bar? I mean, we all take our risks, we all leverage our chances in life, and while I'm not a gambling guy per se, you know, I just hate to see food wasted, and why on earth would I let that Snickers bar just chill to be turned into nothing when it could be converted into some simple sugar energy right in my stomach, all organically and for free? This is something I didn't have to pay for. This is awesome. This is why I love to crash weddings and just local barbecues. The free food is something that gets me every time. Free food. It's what you need to do if you want to be a good host. So I hope that you guys have a really good night. Again, it's worth everyone's time in life to search out the Yabba Dabba Doo song because it hits. It really does. Yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba doo. It's this whole vibe that I really want you guys to be familiar with. Just like Hot Cheetos and Taki Kids, like it's like that, right? I hope that you guys have a really good night. Bye.